Whew. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Art News. Things are different. Things are real different. We're gonna do the mug flex real quick. yeah. Ooh, look, new, different. Hey, okay. Wow. All right, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. So many things are changing, and at this point, I have to do some restructuring. First, I've been gone, like really gone. So I got wrapped up in, talking about the art news and doing these updates because they were interesting. I like this. But if I'm going to get through these projects that I want to get through, then there has to be a change somewhere. Unfortunately, this means that I am going to change the art news from a weekly thing to a once a month video. It's kind of funny because, we haven't done the art news in months at this point. So you guys are like, bro, what you mean? It's fine though. But that does mean that these episodes are going to be huge ones. They're probably on the point of being full on podcast length pretty much. But that changes what I get to provide visually. So that means that I got to do a little bit more. Once a month, we'll try to provide a new piece of art for the masses, and we'll talk about the new art things that are happening. There has to be a work-life balance here. If you're listening and you're not aware, I have a whole ass job, a wife, a dog, and then I have this small art business. There's more that I want to accomplish on top of all that too. It's a lot. So I try to be very organized. I try to be an organized person, but I've got to be real about how I accomplish this stuff. I'm not going to have a weekly quota for something that isn't really returning something to me right now. Unfortunately, I just can't. It's fun to let the people know what's going on in the world of art, but I got commissions and I got my own personal art to get done in this corner of my life. So I definitely don't want to stop. But the way I experience this is gonna be different. Also, we are back to the big projects. I'm gonna have a standard size video for my art. And, if I'm gonna post big, large videos here, I think we're gonna start some things off on a new channel. I'll bring some of the videos over here. No, I won't. I'm not bringing some of these videos that are over here, over there. Maybe not. No, I won't. I don't know why I'm lying to y'all like that. But the idea is that I want completed projects on this new channel. That's why I've been waiting to post anything really new. I need to rehash the originals in a way, because quality has gone up and I've learned a lot based on what I've experienced on this channel. Like I said before, this channel isn't going anywhere, but I want a fresh start to dive in and hit the ground running. I think the quality is going to speak for itself. Regardless, there will be plenty of art here for the future. I'll share the new art new name of this channel once we get there. Maybe we're already there. Maybe I already have shared that. I don't know. Also, I planned on this episode coming out way sooner than it did. So now we're in a weird space because of all the things that have happened to delay it. How do I know that it hasn't come out on time while I'm recording it? Because it should already be out while I'm recording it. I'm telling you guys, man, a lot of stuff has happened. So, as of the written, I guess, as of the writing of the script notes or the script or whatever, we're in May right now. So, if you're watching in the background, we've got our spring rainy day art going on. Something simple, kind of focused on one of our OCs, Hope, from Christmas and White and Blue. What's she up to? She grocery shopping. It's been pretty rainy around here. Depending on when this goes out, I hope this isn't going out in the fall. That would suck. That'd be so far away. It's probably, at worst case scenario, it's mid-summer when you guys are seeing this. So, but this is, right now we're kind of late spring, and so a lot of the art that you're gonna see is gonna be focused on that, but we're gonna be talking about a lot of different things. Anyway, I was doing this art, and since it's been pretty rainy and everything, I've been seeing puddles, been seeing reflections, so it had me interested in trying my hand at them. And I actually peeked at some paintings, like some processes and some works by Dominic Jazza. I hope I'm saying his name right. That pretty much put me on the path of like being playful with how I wanted to make this piece of work, right? And so I wasn't planning to do an in-depth like coverage of his channel at this time, but he's definitely got some solid art and some good tips, so I might add him to the rotation soon. Who knows? Speaking of which, the rotation is gonna be weird, especially because I'm catching up on things. Either way, we've got some more art to do today, and we've got some more videos to really talk about. Things are so different. Let's get to the art news. It's been a minute since we have done this, so we got tons to catch up on. We're starting off with one of our big three, Sam. So look, here's the thing, guys. If you don't know what my big three are, they are the three artists that I am purposefully following so I can learn as much as I can from them. I'm basically adapting many aspects of their art style, and I'm studying their art style. When I say that, I'm working on stuff from one of my big three, that's what I mean. So, Sam has like 8 videos that we got to catch up on. He's been weighing in on the AI slot generator that is DLSS5. Oh my God, I don't know how old this is now. At the moment, this is kind of old. So I can only imagine how old this is to you guys. Do you guys remember the whole DLSS5 situation? Basically, NVIDIA's new tool to increase graphical fidelity in video games. But, it seems like they lost the plot. This is probably the quintessential example of AI tech bros not understanding art or art direction. It's to the point where I'm almost positive if they had to choose what artistically looked better and their options were a video game screenshot versus a similar unedited photo from an iPhone, they would choose the iPhone photo because it looks more real. It's like atmosphere doesn't exist to them. Sam shares his own thoughts about this as he reviews what's being showcased. This is ridiculous. It's like arguing with your little brother on who's better at Tekken as he low kicks you the whole time. Afterwards, Sam suffers through more TikTok art tutorials. He very clearly enjoyed the Chinese art tips, among others, except for one. He still hates boxes, but it's fine. Some of these, like the adding texture to your art and to the clothing tutorial and everything, are going to help a lot of my upcoming art. These tips here, for the most part, are great. Then we've got 12 of the worst pieces of art advice ever, according to Sam. And after that, my favorite types of videos, another saving your art videos. So I've said it before, these are my favorite types of videos because you get to test your observational skills. It's a fun time. What follows is a nice long Q&A video. Lots of, questions like, will he ever do not safe for work art? What he hates to draw, and some teaching related things. We also get a peek behind the curtain about the fact that Sam is planning to release a comic book style thing at some point, The most shocking thing is that when he was asked about learning perspective, he did say use boxes. Not long after that, he clarified that he thinks boxes are appropriate only at certain points. This video is nice and chill, it's like a cool convo about art, celebrating 2 million subs on YouTube for him, which, we watch Sam absolutely ruin art in the background while we do this. Anyway, Sam's next video kind of explains the differences in capturing male and female characters. It's the general rules of thumb, but basically Sam states that these are guidelines based on bone structure and cultural indicators. We get a solid explanation of how the balance works here. Honestly, I'm interested in playing around with it. We get like 8 bad art habits Sam wishes he avoided 8 years ago, but he's purposefully calling all of us out as well. The thing that I hear all the time from everyone is finish your art. For it being like the first thing, in my opinion, it's one of the most important. But we pretty much come full circle as we end right back up with a TikTok art tutorial video. This one has Josh in it, and Sam was in agreement with his tip, but deducted 2 points because he was promised controversy and received none. Antonio is also in this, but Sam's thoughts on his TikTok was that it was too long, regardless of it being correct. More good tips across the video. Also, yes, Sam, this spring is rough. Actually, guys, we'll do a minor break for a second, and we'll talk about how rough this spring really has been. But, let's be chronological about this. See, here's the thing. I know we caught up on Sam real quick. We talked about Sam. And we're going to start to, kind of deviate away from doing big catch-ups on certain channels. Maybe we'll do that here and there, but things are going to change over time. So, I dropped the last art news episode, and then the whole Duck family showed up. Oh, wow, did y'all hear that? I'm over here trying to take a sip of water. So here's what happened. Here's why things have been like huge as far as taking a break. So yeah, I dropped the whole last art news episode. The whole Duck family shows up, and y'all are probably like, why? Why is your whole family like popping up on you? Or some of y'all are like, okay, whatever, your family showed up. Well, here's the thing. We'd like to come together and support each other when one of us is thriving. Right now, that's the kid. I've mentioned my sister briefly on the channel before, but I never really told you guys about her because honestly, I could talk all day about this girl. It's not necessarily a topic that relates directly to my medium of art, but it is an art style and it's my video, so it matters. It matters to me. That's my sister. My sister is a professional dancer. She's been in music videos. She's been on TV. Recently, she was dancing on tour with the headlining artist, of the tour. When I tell you she is an inspiration, I mean it. The girl is out here living her dream and aspiring for more. I'm constantly proud of who she is as a person every day. I mean that. Anyway, before I end up making an hour-long episode about how great my sister is, believe me, it's easy. She was on tour, and the fam decided we'd all meet up in one state to see the performance. If y'all haven't heard, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Them ATL tickets were not cheap, so we were not seeing them there. We decided to meet and have, some family time and go see the show somewhere else. It was a good time. This was pretty much, the start of delaying the next art news video, and I was planning on just pushing it to the weekend. Worst case scenario, it will go out that Monday. And, we were kind of used to episodes popping out on the Monday anyway, so it wasn't really that big a deal. That's definitely not what happened. So this leads us into our next artist, 1000. We're gonna go ahead and cover this. I promise it'll make sense. So Peter announced that Primal Guard was pretty much finished early March, and that was amazing. It was amazing to see. What happened about a week later was what threw me off. Y'all know I was with family, had some new commissions, and then I got back to my usual day-to-day when everybody left. I wanted to see if I could catch up on the stuff that people had out, and just catch it up on the channel and just go like channel by channel for them and pretty much just talk about it real fast. I was like mid-recording session after watching some videos, and then I saw that Peter dropped a surprise fan art contest. At the time, I looked and it said 3 days ago. So I was already 3 days behind. It was for the tar seed card. Brother, I literally dropped my mic and closed everything. Didn't care. I was gonna submit regardless, okay? What sucks is I pumped time into this, like really. Between everything, I put in as much time as possible and I didn't finish it. It wasn't polished to like my standards, you know what I mean? But I had to submit anyway. I wasn't gonna just not submit, that'd be crazy. Skipping the opportunity just, wouldn't have been right. Clearly I didn't win, and that's okay. That's crazy to think that like I was putting all of the stuff into it though. Like, y'all don't understand. I was working on it until like 11:57 that night, like my local time. Submitted what I had, and I finished it like perfectly the next day. If I just had a little bit more time, I would have been golden, bro. Like, if I saw it even 1 day sooner than I did, I would have done it. I would have completed it. But yeah, I have a full explanation video along with the finished version on the new channel. By now, I'm pretty sure I've already started everything and uploaded it. But yeah, that's what happened. It was the second thing to push my schedule off, but honestly, I needed it. I talk about this in a different video, but the art news was like a big distraction for me. Don't get me wrong, it's fun, but I have all this other stuff that I have to focus on, and the Primal Guard contest broke me out of like whatever stagnancy I had. So, I'm super thankful that it did. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, the 1000 team. I was legitimately derailed, and this got me back on track. But yeah, let's get back to talking about 1000. So that contest happened after we got a Staple Championship art battle video. This one was like the video game art battle between Chickenhead, Tiffany Chin, and Monkey Mouth Art. The art was pretty much, as always, insane. They were all sick, like 2000s game cover art. These videos are crazy. And I'm getting to the point where I'm really, I'm wanting to pump up more time into like some new pieces that are just like inspiring, or that are inspired from this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm watching these videos, I'm like, yo, this is kind of sick. I need to do something similar. So I have some things that I'm trying to plan that are gonna push me a little bit more out of my comfort zone. Right after that, there's like an hour-long video of talking about like all the art that was submitted in the contest. Mine is definitely in there somewhere. It's somewhere around the hour and 6 minute mark or something like that. Like, if you're curious, go check it out. And again, if you want to see the full process, don't worry, I'll have it linked, because by the time this is up, the new channel will be as well. The last couple videos are just more like 1000 fun. Peter tried like oil pastels for the first time and ultimately ends up making art for one of like the Desert Guardians of Primal Guard. The latest video is a fun competition to make merch out of like thrift shop items with the UV printer. He's got some videos doing things like this before, but these items are pretty cool, and they're all available on the 1000 shop. So go check that out, see what you got, see what you find. You guys know that I'm trying to make my business more successful, and if you didn't, now. Like I said, I peek into Kelsey Rodriguez channel like here and there for like helpful info that I can absorb. She has a great couple handfuls of videos like that have come out since we last talked about her. I'm not here to parrot her stuff, but to cover quickly, in the last couple months, Kelsey has discussed habits and books for upscaling your business to 6 figures, understanding the type of content creation that serves you online, what to do to like keep your confidence in your business goals, and why growing a business feels unattainable, what platform best serves you as a creative, and one of the most important ones, small business taxes for beginners. these are not end all be all, but I view these as videos, like that pose a question, to call you to research. It's exactly the mindset you need to adapt when you're expanding yourself into something new. So don't stop at the first video you see. Build a structured rabbit hole, like, some kind of tunnel that you can take and then fully explore whatever the topic is that you're interested in. So, if this is all planned out right, I'm building on the business right now. The things that I have learned from Kelsey and my other research has led me to properly pulling the trigger on a bunch of new things. The new channel is the nexus for all of this. This place is purely for like 100% creative exploration. The new channel will be fully focused on my business. Like, it's going to be whatever the new stuff is. It should be fully up and active right now. So do me a favor, make your way over to the new channel. I know what the name is. I've been saying the new channel this whole time. It's Art Like a Duck. Go ahead. I've completely rebranded the business as Art Like a Duck. We got all types of things coming, but right now I have art prints, and like I've got mugs, direct lines for commissions. Go there and check it out, man. Go ahead, click the link, Art Like a Duck channel, subscribe, visit the shop, pick up a print, join the newsletter for a sneak peek into what's coming for the rest of the year, and enjoy the journey. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and drop this real quick because I know it's pretty much set up right now. If you join the Art Like a Duck newsletter, then you will get access to like free discounts. Like, there's a whole members discounts page. When you go click it, you pop in the current password. The password changes every so often, but it's when a new newsletter comes out. You'll get access to that newsletter, and you will get big discounts on most of the stuff. Like, so we've got the summer mug out right now. The summer mug has like, I think the main price for it is like $18 USD, plus tax, of course. But if you go in there and you become a newsletter member, and keep in mind, it's totally free. You become a newsletter member, you will get that first newsletter, and then immediately you'll have that password that'll let you into the page. Once you get into the page, congratulations. Now you can get that same mug for $12 instead of $18. Just, keep it in mind. I'm not going to drown you in emails, I promise. But honestly, if you want some Art Like a Duck merch or prints, you'll hear about it first there. The newsletter specifically will give you all of that. Art Like a Duck is definitely meant to grow. Okay. Any art you see there will most likely become a print. So, and it'll be available for sale. Tell your friends, get in there, check out some stuff, man. Let's move on, though. We'll keep talking about more artists. Now that you know how serious the art brand is, let's talk about more art, like what Pikat has been up to. So she's been cooking splash art up for a while, and the progress she's made is inspiring. The character designs, narratives, illustrations, compositions, everything. She's been grinding towards her magnum opus in this splash art series, and even has some, time to drop other videos in between. From the different techniques that helped her improve quickly, giving the Pokemon Paris specifically an evolution that isn't tragic, because if y'all don't know what's going on with Paris as a Pokemon, that is pretty damn tragic. And tips on how to love drawing even when you're not good at it. I've talked about this. I almost stumbled through this. I'm not cutting any of this out, man. Y'all just got to listen to it. I've also kind of talked about enjoying what your bracket is. Getting used to just enjoying art, period, because that's how you're going to ultimately get better. If you are constantly frustrated with the different things that you produce, you're never going to get good. You have to enjoy the process at the very least. Even if you don't like the art at the end, if you enjoy the process, you'll keep drawing. But anyway, Pikat gives us plenty to learn from, and this isn't even including her members only videos, which are the full time lapses of these different pieces. As for, that how to love drawing video, what I find hilarious is the way she describes it when comparing it to like video games. Definitely sounds like the usual Soulsborne experience. Those games have a massive audience, so I actually think it makes a lot of sense. Although it might make sense to me because I'm both an artist and a Soulsborne fan. So I don't know, man. We've finally gotten to see the final drawing, like in grayscale painting, that, you know, her whole splash art piece, and ultimately a color painting in Pikat's last video. Unfortunately, she lost the footage for the painting process, but she does give us a demonstration. It is beautiful, but she mentions that she could definitely take it further, which is great. I can't wait to see how much polish she adds to this. I'm assuming the next video on this specifically will be the last, at least maybe for this piece of art. I can't remember if I talked about Jazza drawing aliens from memory, but he did a pretty good job. There were minor inconsistencies for some of them, but to do it from memory is pretty solid. After that, he dropped a massive tier list video on art mediums, including blood. Fake blood, people, fake blood. But still, some of these were ridiculous. Jazza has done almost everything under the sun and isn't stopping. So his opinion on art mediums should hold some weight. On the same note, his new video, or the next one right after that, is about wood whittling. He only almost cuts himself once, from what I remember, but this was interesting to me specifically. I got into woodworking and epoxy about like 7 years ago, and it was a good time. I even built a whole bar to put in our basement in that house. Watching this definitely drove feelings from some of that stuff. You know, after this, there's a video of the 7 levels of art where Jazza has some relevant scaling. We start with Jazza explaining level 1, which is like NFTs. His point here is more so about how useless they are at this point. He also goes through more categories like branding, commodity, contemporary, mainstream, masterwork, and then the final one, which he calls art. That last one is about art that reaches people deeply. Jazza explains it much better than I am, and I'm not going to butcher his words. The video itself is pretty educational and has a lot of examples of these levels of art and what makes them what they are. Afterwards, Jazza animates the old-fashioned way, builds the table and all. His little Angry Bird animation turns out pretty cool. This is, of course, right before he does my favorite types of videos again, fixing some people's art. What Jazza does differently for these videos, you know, than like someone like Sam, is he's not just straight up doing a paint over, he's showing where the artist went wrong in their foundation. Sam does talk about this, but like the way that Jazza is visually showing it gives us a little bit more to work from. I love both of these takes because you're still getting the education and feedback, but the styles shine different. Like they shine through in a different light. You know, it just gives you variety. Jazza does a few more things on brand, like becoming a VTuber, drawing DBZ characters from memory, testing Japanese art supplies, yes, he and the family took a trip there, and the launch of the Kickstarter for Epic Anatomy. This is his anatomy book, which is built to provide as much information as possible geared towards teaching anatomy. He even gives us the first bit of the graphic novel within the book. As someone who infamously is adverse to studying anatomy, I think I'd like to own this. Josiah does get pretty real in this next video, though, mentioning that Jazza Studios hasn't been profitable for a while. With YouTube paying out less for ads and his Patreon membership dropping to half, it's made the Epic Anatomy book production a gamble. There's a positive side to this. Heading into the beginning of the next video, Jazza mentions a thank you to all who submitted over that last week. The Kickstarter goal was not only reached, but surpassed. I'm glad to hear that, and after that message, we get to see Jazza learn to do glass sculpting from Bliss at Silica Studio. The latest thing we see from Jazza is a video focused on drawing characters from the Odyssey. No, not the upcoming Christopher Nolan interpretation. This is based on Epic the Musical. If you haven't heard of Epic the Musical, my sister-in-law has told me it's great. Creating a product and putting it out there to the world is pretty daunting, but it can be extremely rewarding. So if you've got the drive to do it, I say go for it. I would have done mine sooner, but I was sick for like 2 weeks. Oh, I haven't even mentioned that. So the plan was to be on break for a bit, build up my creations, then move out on the store. Just faster than how it actually happened. One day I woke up extra tired with a bit of a sore throat. I figured I'd shrug it off and keep it moving. Go to work like normal. 30 minutes later, I'm back in bed shivering. Had a fever, body aches, all this stuff. It was wild. My at-home test said it was negative, but it definitely felt like the COVID roulette. Either way, I never got an answer to what it was, just some antibiotics and a cough suppressant. If there was an answer given, I wasn't conscious enough to hear it. Regardless, guys, it's time for me to cut this here. So that's pretty much like the big thing, the big wide window of what happened. Family came, had to support my sister. Family left, saw the 1000 challenge, wanted to participate, did it, didn't win, and then I got sick. I specifically wanted to discuss my other two big three, but I'm short on time here and I wanted this video out. So I'll fill the gap soon with more art news. There's just too much to get through this time. And, honestly, the art news is going to lean more towards a lot of the inspiration and ambition that I'm doing. So, things that come out that inspire me, that's how we're going to get more art news about things. I'm probably going to mention people's channels, but everything that I mentioned here there was some kind of inspiration that came from the channel. Be it new and exciting different art from the 1000 channel, or getting my products in my store going, getting inspired by Kelsey to do that, or just any of the other things growing my art skills, possibly getting that epic anatomy book. I'm probably going to do it. But all of these things are ultimately inspiring me to do the next thing, and I think that's what we're going to start reporting on when it comes down to it. But yeah, there's just too much to get through this time. Do me a favor, check out the new channel, Art Like a Duck, for all the new merch and prints. I basically go through the process for creating the new things and showcase it all there. So visit the new channel, visit the website, and if you're interested in a commission, request those two places. Request it there. Go to the website. It just makes so much more sense. Those two places will lead you straight to where you need to be. Thanks for catching up on all the art news with me. Hope you enjoyed. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.